Good morning, everybody. I did record a video yesterday, but I just deleted it because it's nothing really fascinating or very exciting. It was a rest day yesterday, which was already kind of allocated to be a rest day. Obviously, I took Thursday off as well because of just how I was feeling. Interesting, last night, I got home and it got to around about, I don't know, 6 or 7 o'clock at night. I just thought my calves feel really tight. I don't know why. And I was foam rolling, it hurt, and I was going to do some stretching, and that was definitely helping. And so today I'd planned to do my long run. I made a decision last night that was happening today. Now normally at this time of the day I'll be a good halfway into my long run with the group. The group are away, so I'm doing my long run solo today. I've just scouted out the route because I'm doing my errands first. So what I decided to do was, given that last night my legs weren't feeling in the most perfect condition, I just thought a little walk out this morning, warm them up, get them moving will help, rather than just waking up and going straight out. And so with that as well, I meant I had a little bit of breakfast, had some porridge, and I just started my day properly. So it's, what's the time now? About 20 to 9. I'm going to get home probably by 11. I'm going to head out on the road at that point. It's due to rain, it says at 1 o'clock. So if my run's going to be 2 hours, I may well encounter some rain on the way back. That said, it's pretty grey out there and it's quite blustery as well. So the rain may well come sooner. Either way, that is my plan for today. I'm going to get out, do my long run, and then, we'll see how we go. What I've done is I've gone along the route this morning, just looking out for things like roadworks, any obstructions in the road, because it's a busy road and there's a lot of things that typically go on along there. There are some businesses as well as being residential as well. So there are all sorts of things that occasionally happen that do obstruct the road, which means you have to cross over to the opposite side. It's no big deal, but it's nice to prep ahead of time that that's going to be happening. And then what I've also done, which I will talk you through very, very briefly when I get home, is just set out all of my things for the run. And whilst I've done that over the last few weeks for coming home from work and getting straight out there before I get too comfortable, I'm just keeping that routine going so that it's something that I just get used to, that as soon as I walk in later on, I'll sit down, I'll shoot a very, very quick video and just run you through the kind of things I'm going to be wearing and choosing to do for hydration, all of those bits and pieces, and then we will head out. So I'm going to fill you in a little bit more later, but until then, see ya. Okay everybody, back home, 11 o'clock. Dead on schedule, and so let's talk routines and things for the long run. First and foremost, the sky is still looking very grey. It's pushed back now with the weather saying it's not going to rain till 3 o'clock. I don't know about that. I'm anticipating that it might, but it's going to change slightly than what I take out what I wear. This is what I wore the other night, which is kind of my Ethics Athlete. It's not a waterproof jacket by any means. It's windproof, water resistant, I suppose, and I just wore that as another layer. But in terms of clothing today, so I've mentioned these before, Ron Hill Infinity Marathon shorts, they are coming with me today. In terms of just a kind of general top, this is actually a top I picked up the other day. It was reduced in the sale. It's £1 coin. This is just a Nike dry fit. I don't run a lot in Nike actually, but we'll give it a go today for £1, and it's pretty good colour scheme. Okay, gloves. I'm going to go with the Salomon mittens, just because they're quick and easy to remove and they're comfortable. I don't need to wear my thermal ones today. We're not talking about really cold conditions, so they're coming with me today. I have got my, so I keep leaning over because I left it all too far away. Compression arm sleeves, wearing those, and should be good for my calves actually, compression calf sleeves, so just getting that combination together. Now in terms of how I'm going to be carrying everything, you know that 2 weeks ago, if you haven't seen the video, I did a half marathon distance. I wore my running belt. Today I'm going to be using my Salomon racing vest. So with that, I'm going to be using the 2 bottles. One will have water and one will have Tailwind. Now actually, a little point to add to that is normally I think a sachet of Tailwind goes into a 500ml bottle. I don't know how many mil these bottles are, thinking about it, so I might need to double check that, but either way I'm going to be using Tailwind, which I should just grab for you as well. Whoops, there it is, Tailwind. So I'm going to be using the Mandarin Orange Buzz today. I'll speak a little bit more about that in just a second. And then I've got my Huma Gel and I've got my Cliff Shot, and I've got my Lara bar. Now that seems like far too much, doesn't it? Typically, here's what happens. If you've caught my long runs before, I normally wake up, do my long run first thing in the morning, don't eat, don't do anything like that. Normally before I do my long run, I will take one of these, which is the espresso, double espresso, I've got it right in the end, Cliff Shot. So I normally take one of these before I get started my run. The Humour Gel I normally take after around about 45 minutes of a long run. So what I might do today, just for the purposes of doing this, is to grab a second one, because I want to get myself into that sort of routine of what I would typically do in a long run marathon situation. So what I probably won't do today is take one of these, because I don't need to. I've had some breakfast this morning, but I will take 2 Humour Gels with me. The idea of Tailwind is actually that you don't need to use any gels at all. So you should be taking this continuously as you're running over the course of your race, and you get a number of sachets per distance you're traveling. I will find the documentation, I'll put it up on the screen because I got documents with it, and it kind of gives you a little overview of what you're supposed to do. So that's coming with me today. And then Lara bar, banana choc chip. This is just a little treat for the end of the run. I won't be eating it whilst I'm running. That's it. That's me going. And Brooks Glycerin 16 shoes are coming with me today. It's a non-trail route, all on pavement, all on path, so I can wear those. That's it. I'm planning to run just slow and steady, 6 minutes per kilometre, somewhere around that point. Maybe a little bit swifter on the way back, but it's going to be an out and back route. So kind of, I want to do 10k there, 10k back. I'm not that fussed about getting to the half marathon mark, just to kind of prove a point of getting there. If I feel good, I'll tick off the last 2k. If I feel like 20k is fine for me today, I'm cool with it. And yeah, let's stop chatting, let's get on the road. Okay, so we are just about ready to hit the road. You can see here I'm all kind of sorted. I've got Tailwind in this side, Standard Water in this side here. It's been a little while since I've run with my vest with the water, so already that sensation of the kind of the bouncing part of it is just something to get a little bit more used to. But we'll see. And if it turns out today that actually this race vest is not really serving me as is, because I quite like the bottle on the hand. That works really well for me. It's got gel storage as well. It may be that I just use the vest for some of my nutrition type stuff, and then hydration I just keep on my hand, and we'll go like that. But I've got to try these things throughout this journey, so I know what I want to do on the day. I had no point turning up on the day with some new setup I haven't tested. So let's get out there and let's have some fun. Approaching 10k, the weather has brightened up. You can't see that field there because I started filming too late, but beautiful cornfield, or something yellow anyway. Let's call it corn. Here we go. Nice field of horses there. Something a little bit different to look at instead of my face. Running back now. Out and backs can be a little bit boring, I suppose, because there's nothing new to look at, but we're doing it. We're doing it. I finally settled into a routine and a rhythm. My legs felt trash for the first 7 or 8k. But it's okay. Took a little time to warm up. Now we're warm and the sun is out. My hat just flew off. I had to stop for it. Approaching 17.5k. Stopped a couple of times for photos and all that kind of stuff, but enjoying the pace. What I've tried to do is just increase the pace on the way back by letting my body do what it feels natural to do. I've done some 501s, which is quite wild really, and they're still feeling good, so let's see what 20k looks like. Alright then, here it is. I think it certainly goes to prove you can't judge a run based on that first block of time, whether that's 5k or 10k. You know, it's comparable to the distance you're doing, but as I mentioned before, that first 8k was just rough, really rough. I just felt like I was dragging my legs along. Feet were a bit hot, legs a bit achy, and it was a real pain, just sort of that slow, And then yeah, after 8k I just felt a lot smoother, a lot cleaner, better form, and I just fell into a rhythm. Naturally I got to 20k and I looked down at my watch and I realised that I could set a new half marathon PB. Not that I'm really focused on that at all, because I'm just enjoying what I'm doing at the moment, but equally I couldn't leave it out there and not at least strive to get it. I think the previous time was 2:02 something, so it's quite a chunk taken off. And like I say, that first 10k was not the best. So I guess there's capacity to improve on that time. Not that I really care to right now, that's not my focus. I'd sooner do some kind of speed stuff post-marathon. Right now I just want to focus on getting the distance in. So yeah, 22k today, I'll settle for that. It's good, it's real good. The rain has arrived. How pleased am I that I got my run in and got it over and done with. I say over and done with, I got it over with before the rain came, because that would have made for a far more unpleasant run, especially over that distance for that length of time. And so that wraps up today. And just a little note there that the tailwind I used today was the Orange Mandarin, as recommended to me by Jeff over on Instagram. And I did take my Lara bar, and John, if you're watching, I did take a little nibble on it towards the end of the last few kilometres. And I have to say, I wasn't too sure about the whole digestion situation with nibbling and running and all that kind of stuff, but it worked well. And wow, there's something special, those Lara bars. Just a shame we haven't got this cookie dough. And what's the other flavour was mentioned? I forgot the other flavour now, but there are 2 flavours that were mentioned. Yeah, we don't have those that I can see. But hey, it's on my to-do list to source them. Okay, time to rest, time to recover, and gym tomorrow. So let's get a good bit of recovery on the go so that we can hit the gym tomorrow and have a quality session. I'll catch you all then.